The story opens with Yang-woo as a young girl whose father, a sailor, is seldom at home, leaving her with a hazy recollection of his face. By the time Yang-woo reaches her teenage years, she still hasn't clearly seen her father. Then, her mother receives the devastating news of his death in a ship accident, a loss that shatters her. A few years later, Yang-woo's mother succumbs to illness, unable to bear the profound longing for her husband. From that day forward, Yang-woo harbors deep-seated resentment towards her parents, firmly resolving to live independently, without any male influence in her life. Years pass, and Yang-woo matures into a highly successful adult woman. Her career flourishes as a lawyer and legal advisor for the prestigious HK Group construction company, recognized as one of the top 10 giant corporations in South Korea. At this juncture, Yang-woo is assigned to assist the son of the HK Group's chairman, who finds himself embroiled in a serious rape case involving a young woman from a less fortunate background. With a cold and arrogant demeanor, Yang-woo presents a detached, pragmatic perspective, seemingly indifferent to the victim's emotional distress. In essence, she urges the victim and her mother not to withdraw the lawsuit against the powerful chairman's son. This stance intensifies the victim's fear of her identity being exposed, leading her to ultimately withdraw the lawsuit and accept the compensation money offered by Yang-woo through mediation. This victory further inflates Yang-woo's ego, solidifying her belief in her ability to handle any legal challenge. Even when her experienced senior colleague offers guidance, Yang-woo dismisses him with condescension, suggesting he is being overly dramatic in his old age. In the evenings, Yang-woo engages in boxing practice with her close friend Jin-ju. During one session, Jin-ju gently suggests that Yang-woo, now 38 years old, should consider going on a blind date. Yang-woo brushes off the suggestion without a second thought. Not long after, Yang-woo is scheduled to have a crucial meeting with the influential leader of the HK Group. The leader outlines his ambitious plan to construct a large apartment complex in a densely populated area and instructs Yang-woo to manipulate the current residents into selling their valuable land at a significantly undervalued price. As a lucrative incentive for her cooperation, Yang-woo is promised a brand new BMW car and an exclusive black credit card. Yang-woo readily accepts this proposition, brimming with confidence in her ability to persuade the residents to relinquish their land. As is her routine, Yang-woo awakens in the morning within the luxurious solitude of her high-end apartment. Later that day, she makes a visit to her mother's final resting place. There, with an air of self-importance, Yang-woo boasts about her remarkable achievements as a celebrated lawyer, emphasizing that she has attained this success entirely through her own efforts, without any assistance from anyone. However, while driving home in the sleek car provided by the HK Group as a perk of her assignment, Yang-woo is suddenly caught in a severe traffic accident. When consciousness returns, Yang-woo is disoriented to find herself in a bizarre, seemingly endless expanse, where the sky looms incredibly close. The shocking realization dawns upon her. She is in the afterlife, standing in a long queue of souls awaiting their turn to ascend to heaven. In essence, Yang-woo is no longer among the living. Utterly unable to accept the finality of her death, Yang-woo immediately seeks out the nearest receptionist. Upon hearing Yang-woo's name, the receptionist displays visible shock and promptly hurries to inform the director of Heaven's immigration office about this unusual case. There, the director, a stern figure named Kim, is in the midst of scolding his hapless subordinates for a colossal blunder. They mistakenly ushered into the afterlife a woman named Soo-yeon, whose appointed time of death was still a full month away, while the actual Soo-yeon is already residing in heaven. Just then, the flustered receptionist arrives, interrupting the reprimand to report another significant error. A woman named Yang-woo is currently standing in the queue for heavenly admission. Director Kim consults his records and reveals that Yang-woo was not scheduled to die until the year 2054. Her untimely demise was a direct result of a clerical mix-up by his staff, who confused her name with that of an elderly man with a similar-sounding name. Deeply apologetic for this egregious mistake, Director Kim summons Yang-woo. He presents her with an extraordinary offer. If she desires to return to the realm of the living, she must temporarily inhabit the body of another individual, specifically that of Soo-yeon, for a period of 1 month. Though hesitant and reluctant, Yang-woo ultimately agrees to this unusual proposition. Yang-woo awakens to find herself in a decidedly shabby state, inhabiting the body of a woman named Soo-yeon. Yang-woo is immediately taken aback and frankly shocked by her own unkempt and ordinary appearance. Amidst her growing panic and disorientation, a man with a relaxed and familiar demeanor enters the room. This man, Seung-heon, assumes that Yang-woo is merely acting strangely and therefore does not respond to her obvious distress. Yang-woo's gaze falls upon a photograph, and the startling truth dawns on her. She is now Soo-yeon, the wife of the handsome man standing before her, Seung-heon. Adding to her astonishment, Yang-woo discovers that she is also the mother of 2 children, a teenage girl named Honol and a younger boy named Haru. Overwhelmed by this sudden and drastic change in her existence, Yang-woo instinctively rushes out of the modest apartment, seeking a moment of solitude to try and regain her composure. It isn't long before young Haru appears, diligently carrying Yang-woo's familiar wallet and cell phone. Yang-woo hastily examines her identification card and is further stunned to learn that her current name is indeed Soo-yeon and that her age is listed as 34, making her 4 years younger than she was in her previous life. Haru, sensing her confusion, gently takes Yang-woo's hand and urges her towards the nearby bus stop, not wanting her to miss his school bus. At the bustling bus stop, the other mothers are already gathered, engaged in lively chatter, and they immediately greet Yang-woo with warm familiarity. This unexpected social interaction makes Yang-woo deeply uncomfortable, as she has never before associated with ordinary housewives in such a casual manner. After the children board their school buses, Yang-woo finds herself somewhat coerced by the other mothers into participating in various small tasks and errands while they continue their social gathering at a local outdoor stall. During this unexpected social outing, Yang-woo also learns from the other women that she, as Soo-yeon, married at a surprisingly young age, just 18 years old. This revelation triggers a wave of nausea in Yang-woo, leading the other women to jokingly speculate that she might be pregnant with her 3rd child. Seeking refuge in a nearby public restroom, Yang-woo is unexpectedly visited by director Kim. He delivers a stern warning, emphasizing that if she behaves like a stranger in front of her new family and neighbors, she will be immediately returned to the afterlife, without exception. Having no other viable option, Yang-woo realizes she must reluctantly obey Director Kim's directives. Yang-woo must be able to make her family happy as well as herself. Therefore, Yang-woo immediately went shopping for kitchen necessities, which were quite expensive. But when she wanted to pay, the credit card limit was insufficient. Luckily, she had money in her wallet, so Yang-woo was able to pay it. At that moment, Yang-woo got a call that Haru had come home from school and was waiting for her in front of the apartment. While having dinner with her family, Yang-woo announced that she wanted to go on vacation to her parents' house. Of course, it got a protest from Honol because she didn't want to take care of her brother alone. Here, Yang-woo didn't care and still wanted to go on vacation, but when Seung-heon told her that Yang-woo's parents had died and had no home, Yang-woo fell silent. Seung-heon also wondered why Yang-woo's behavior had been so strange lately. In the evening, Seung-heon asked Yang-woo to have intercourse, but Yang-woo was furious at Seung-heon and said that he was a pervert who married an 18-year-old girl. Hearing his wife's words, Seung-heon felt hurt and could only surrender when Yang-woo chose to sleep in the living room. At work, Seung-heon tells his best friend Young-soo about his wife's attitude. Young-soo then suggested to Seung-heon to threaten his wife with divorce papers. If his wife still loves him, she will definitely not receive the letter, but if his wife takes the divorce papers, it means that his wife no longer loves him. After complaining with Young-soo, Seung-heon met his boss Mr. Harun to submit his design proposal regarding the procurement of a trained noise silencer that he made. However, Mr. Harun refused and preferred the sidewalk construction project because the project was far more profitable for him than the procurement of trained noise dampers. Meanwhile, Yang-woo, who was hanging out with the ladies, was asked to sign a petition against the HK Group's apartment development, which reminded her of the night she died, where the HK Group's leader gave her documents to persuade residents to sell their land at a cheap price. Therefore, Yang-woo immediately went to her luxurious apartment to retrieve the document. There, Yang-woo was surprised to see that nothing had changed in her old apartment. The only thing that has changed is that her position has been replaced by Soo-yeon, who is now in a coma in the hospital. After picking up the document, Yang-woo remembered the credit card that the leader of the HK Group had given her. Presumptuously, Yang-woo took it. After that, Yang-woo went to the mall to buy luxury things using the black card she took. Without thinking, Yang-woo bought fancy clothes and bags, not knowing what the risks were. At that time, The shop cashier felt a little suspicious because Yang-woo's signature was different from the one on the black card, because the name on the card was Yang-woo, while the signature she wrote was named Soo-yeon. On the other hand, Haru, who feels his mother is a little strange, takes the initiative to buy Yang-woo menopause medicine using his savings. This medicine is useful for dealing with aging that occurs in adult women, such as anger and also never menstruating. Haru then approached Yang-woo and told her to take the medicine, but Haru reasoned that the medicine was a vitamin that she often took. As it continued to be forced, Yang-woo ended up taking it. Not long after, Seung-heon came and was angry at Yang-woo. Seung-heon expressed his annoyance at Yang-woo and said that in fact, it was Yang-woo who chased him and forced Seung-heon to marry her. Seung-heon also tests Yang-woo's loyalty by following Young-soo's advice, giving divorce papers to Yang-woo. Unexpectedly, Yang-woo actually received the letter, so Seung-heon became even more dizzy, especially when Seung-heon found the luxury clothes and bags bought by Yang-woo, but Yang-woo explained that she bought these items using her own money. In the middle of the debate, suddenly the police came to their house. At the police station, Yang-woo was accused of stealing the black card from Soo-yeon, who is now in a coma in the hospital. Even though he had just quarreled with Yang-woo, Seung-heon defended his wife so fiercely that the police were afraid. From here too, Yang-woo found out that in the past Seung-heon had gone to law school and had been her junior. Yang-woo feels guilty because the reason Seung-heon dropped out of college is because he married Yang-woo. After that, Yang-woo was reprimanded by Mr. Kim for the 44 hours she lived as Soo-yeon. Yang-woo had changed Soo-yeon's good image to be bad. Mr. Kim requested that Yang-woo behave well to her husband, even if only once. The next day, Yang-woo overheard the conversation of the women who were confused about when the HK group would buy their land. They are confused about where to live. Therefore, Yang-woo immediately contacted the management of the HK group and admitted that she was the manager of Soo-yeon, who was in a coma at the hospital. Yang-woo said that residents are willing to sell their land and apartments as long as the HK group gives a fair compensation price. In order to make the price offer match, Yang-woo also made a proposal to the HK group from documents taken at her apartment yesterday. But unfortunately, suddenly Seung-heon came home, so Yang-woo immediately hid the proposal. Seung-heon then invited Yang-woo to go to an office party. Initially, Yang-woo refused and disappointed Seung-heon, but Yang-woo remembered the words of director Kim, who told her to please Seung-heon. Finally, Yang-woo accepted her husband's invitation. At the party, Seung-heon was stunned when he saw Yang-woo's beauty. Seung-heon also introduces Yang-woo to the head of the South Korean Environmental Service. At this moment, Seung-heon wants to explain to the head of the Environmental Service about the train noise reduction project. However, Mr. Haroon immediately changed the subject. Seeing her husband being looked down upon, Yang-woo felt hurt. When they had dinner together, Yang-woo, who was annoyed with Mr. Haroon, tried to corner him, who rejected Seung-heon's project. She satirized Mr. Haroon in front of the people and said if the train noise suppression project was not profitable for Mr. Haroon, so he ignored Seung-heon's wishes even though the local residents were indeed disturbed by the sound of trains coming from the underground. Seeing this, Seung-heon was angry and immediately pulled Yang-woo out of the dining table. He scolded Yang-woo for her act of disrespecting Mr. Haroon as his superior. In the midst of their debate, Mr. Haroon came so that Seung-heon apologized for his wife's actions earlier. When Seung-heon and Yang-woo were about to leave, Mr. Haroon insulted Yang-woo by calling her a gold digger. This makes Seung-heon emotional, and he beats Mr. Haroon. Because he was still hungry, Seung-heon asked Yang-woo to eat at a fast food restaurant. There, Yang-woo felt guilty about the incident just now. She was afraid Seung-heon lost his job because of her. Here, Seung-heon emphasized that he would always protect the pride of his family, and he would also love his family no matter what, even if he had to lose his own life. Seeing Seung-heon, who was so responsible, Yang-woo started to like him. Even when Haru sleeps, she looks so fond of him because Haru always cares for her and gives her vitamins. Then, Yang-woo tried to cook her husband's favorite rice. At the same time, Honol asked for money, but Yang-woo didn't give it and asked Honol to fold the paper bag first. The more she folds paper bags, the more money Honol gets. From here, Yang-woo taught Honol to live independently, that when we want something, we must try hard first. Once upon a time, there was a night market being held in front of their apartment. There, Haru, who had just eaten a snack, suddenly stumbles and falls. Luckily, there was a kind-hearted vendor who helped him, but not long after came Mrs. Campling, the landlady, who asked the seller for rent for the stalls in a rude manner, so that the residents of the apartment watched. Seeing the crowd going on, Yang Woo came over. At first, Yang Woo didn't care when the seller was looked down upon by Mrs. Campling. However, when she found out that the seller was helping Haru, she provided evidence that all this time Mrs. Campling had been misusing the apartment's money by taking advantage of network poles and billboards, where the rent money should have gone to all apartment owners, but instead Mrs. Campling herself enjoyed it. This made Mrs. Campling afraid, especially when Yang Woo mentioned the law that could imprison her. Of course, Mrs. Campling immediately apologized to the seller and left the crowd. All the citizens cheered in awe of Yang Woo's courage and intelligence. The next day, Yang Woo gave Honol money because she had folded quite a lot of paper bags. Yang Woo is a little suspicious and asks if Honol is going on a date because her makeup today is so pretty. In fact, Honol goes to the house of her senior, Julian. And it turns out Julian wants to make love with Honol and will record it. Of course, Honol refused and tried to leave. But in fact, this is what happened. Yang Woo was looking at the calendar where she realized that her life as Seung-heon had only 2 weeks left. Suddenly, Honol comes and goes straight to her room. Feeling that something was wrong with her daughter, Yang Woo came in. Yang Woo was shocked when she saw the wounds on Honol's face and thighs, which indicated that Honol had been raped. After Honol calms down, Yang Woo asks what Honol has been through. She told her mother that she had been abused and harassed by her senior, Julian, but she is afraid to report it because Julian is a rich man's son. Yang Woo then says that she will get Julian punished because her daughter's pride is more important than anything else. The next day, Yang Woo and Honol go to see Julian, who turns out to be accompanied by his lawyer. Julian's lawyer says that Julian's family will pay compensation money as long as Honol doesn't take this case to court, and the lawyer's words are exactly like what Yang Woo said at the beginning of the film. Yang Woo asked permission to go to the toilet, and from here she finally felt how the victim's family felt who had been abused by the children of rich people. So she regretted her actions when she defended the son of the leader of the HK group. Not long after, Honol arrives, and she has given up. She suggested that they follow the lawyer's wishes, but unexpectedly, Yang Woo was determined to fight Julian. She says even though Honol's identity is threatened with being exposed in public, she will still fight Julian. Even Yang Woo said she would try to make it viral on social media that Julian was a rapist. Not only that, Yang Woo also gave a lesson to Julian by hitting him. Seeing Yang Woo struggling to defend her, Honol felt very fond of Yang Woo, and Yang Woo also felt the same way. Now Yang Woo's motherly soul has begun to emerge. She feels more and more affection for Seung-heon as well as Haru. But in the midst of Yang Woo's happiness, Mr. Kim suddenly came to her. Here, Mr. Kim says that in 1 week Yang Woo will die due to an accident, and everything has been planned according to the destiny of Seung-heon's death. Yang Woo also asks to live as Seung-heon, but Mr. Kim refuses because this is Seung-heon's destiny. Mr. Kim said that if Yang Woo loves her family, then she must give the best affection for 1 week before she dies. Seung-heon, who is still working, is approached by Mr. Haroon and given a transfer proposal that next month he must move to work abroad. Seung-heon apologized for his behavior at that time, but instead of forgiving Seung-heon, Mr. Haroon insulted his wife again, so that Seung-heon warned him not to insult his family again if Mr. Haroon still wants to live. Then, Seung-heon invited Yang Woo to eat at a restaurant and told her that he would be transferred to work abroad. Hearing that, Yang Woo apologized and regretted what she had done the other day, especially since she was going to die soon. Yang Woo thought about the fate of her children, so without thinking, Yang Woo went straight to Mr. Haroon. The next day, she apologizes and asks that Seung-heon will not be transferred overseas. However, Mr. Haroon acted arrogantly, so that it made Yang Woo, who initially felt guilty, become emotional. Yang Woo immediately scared Mr. Haroon by threatening to report him to the leader of the HK group. The scene switches to Haru, who suddenly faints when he wants to buy medicine for Yang Woo. Hearing the news, Yang Woo and Seung-heon immediately came to the hospital. The doctor then says that Haru has a rare disease in the cornea of his eye, where it will cause permanent blindness. The doctor also said that this rare disease is hereditary from Yang Woo. Yang Woo just remembered that when she was little, she suffered from this disease. So her mother worked hard to treat her disease. That's what caused Yang Woo's mother to die. Yang Woo feels unacceptable and protests to director Kim. She says, "Why does the innocent Haru have to suffer this?" Here, Mr. Kim said it was destiny. Not long after, Seung-heon came and tried to calm her down. At night, Yang Woo lies beside Haru, who is still sleeping soundly. She expresses hatred towards her parents, but gradually, when she gets to know Haru, Honol, and also Seung-heon, Yang Woo realizes that her parents were behind her success. Yang Woo also realized she had to share her fortune so she could be happy. At that sad moment, Mr. Kim came and told Yang Woo that her time as Soyeon was over. Yang Woo expresses her wish that she wants to see Haru get well and live a normal life. In fact, she was willing to sacrifice her previous life in order to be a good wife and mother for the Seung-heon family, but Mr. Kim refused because this was already their agreement. So, Yang Woo runs away just to be able to say goodbye to Seung-heon, Honol, and also Haru. Until when Yang Woo ran to the hospital, this is what happened. Luckily, Mr. Kim gave her time to say goodbye first to Seung-heon, Haru, and also Honol. Without lingering, Yang Woo went straight to Honol and hugged her tightly while saying goodbye. While to Seung-heon, Yang Woo apologized for leading a lot of trouble, but Seung-heon responded casually because he thought that Yang Woo was just going to buy food, when in reality, it was their last meeting. At the hospital, Yang Woo wakes up in her real body. Without thinking twice, Yang Woo went straight to the hospital where Haru was being treated, but when she arrives, Haru isn't there. Even when Yang Woo visits Seung-heon's apartment, their family doesn't live there anymore. Since the events of one extraordinary month in her life, Yang Woo is determined to become an honest and good lawyer. She also submitted evidence of embezzlement of HK Group funds to her seniors, also intending to move out of her luxurious apartment because she felt very lonely. While packing up her things, Yang Woo found a photo in an album. Yang Woo was suddenly shocked when she saw her father's face, which turned out to be director Kim. She regretted having hated her father, even though her father loved her very much by giving her valuable lessons. At the end of the film, Yang Woo was already on the plane bound for New Zealand. She intends to find a new life so that her life is happier. Unexpectedly, she meets Haru, Honol, and also Seung-heon, but unfortunately, they did not recognize Yang Woo. Seung-heon revealed that since the death of his wife, he has decided to live temporarily in New Zealand at his sister's house. Here, Yang Woo looked happy because she had the opportunity to be close to her little family again. And that's where the story ends. Thank you for watching. Please leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more recaps like this. And check the suggested videos that YouTube thinks you will enjoy.